And in this video, I will reconstruct my NR which the third solve is DNF, as you can tell from the timing already, and which will lead my average to 1.64 if I calculate correctly instead of like 1.51. And also for my first or second solve, the scramble is swapped because I get the second scramble for the first solve, and I get the start my second solve only. I realized I get the same scramble, so I call for the delegates, and only they found that the first solve was the second scramble, so they just swapped the first and second scramble. Yeah, so for the first solve is the second scramble. So for second scramble, I do green, which I do this tip first and R to solve this bar, and at the same time can solve this bar also, which I already noticed when I decide to do green. And instead of solving U first, I do L first to preserve this bar, because if you do U first and do LR, you will like break this bar. So I do L first and then U prime R, and then lead you to this like very good L3. And also for this tip, I solve it like doing R and R prime. So when you solve this R and you do R prime, it will like naturally regrip your hand to the correct position. So it's also what I like to do usually, and just solve this L3E. And for the second solve, which is the first scramble, I did greenly, which I do U solve this, L solve this, and then B to solve the V, and then just do this alternative out with the tips at the end together. And also the solution I should find in the com instead, but I couldn't find is yeah, it's like at red, and not red, sorry, like blue, which is doing tips, and then you kind of solve this bar, and then I to align this center to its position, and then do D to solve the center. And here you can do R R to get this very good NR4 cache, which you can cancel in this angle by doing this, which is a very good solution with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9 body move. But somehow I didn't find it, but it's still 1.3, so it's fine. And for third solve is a DNF, so just say if I really get this scramble, the solution I would do is red, which I do Q prime to solve this both bar, and then do R, and then cancel into this very good L4 case. And for the solution I get is something like this, which I cannot remember what is the tips or what, but yeah, the solution is probably like this for the body. So you can basically solve it the yellow green like U prime, and then L prime to solve this yellow blue edge, and then just do R prime and solve this really good ML4E with the AUFs. And for the fourth solve, I did red V, which I fumbled my AUF execution, so I did tips, and then yeah, like this, and then doing this R tip, and then solve this bar, and then yeah, just cancel into this alternative LBL case, which you can solve it like this. And because of my I try fumble my UF execution. I pause a bit at here and then only I solve the tips and the UF together, which get me a 1.7, which could be better, but it's still the worst solve, so whatever. And for the last solve, which is a very high potential solve, where I think if I can get a good solve by knowing this solve, let's just say if in case the third scramble is not a misscramble and I also get a very nice time, 1.13. And when I get the scramble, I notice that I can also get a very good time, like good time at this solve around like 1.2 or 1.3, which will eventually pull my average to around 1.3 or 1.4. But somehow I fucked up my execution. So normally for this solve, what I need to do is decline tips, and then instead of doing U and then solve this bar like this, I solved the first two, both of the V by doing doing L prime and U prime first, and only I solved these two bars, which will give me this very good L4 case, but instead I somehow misturned accidentally turned this like tips, U tips at the beginning, which causing it unsolved while it is solved. So this means that I need to spend extra time to solve it at the end of the solve, because like obviously you can solve this U move at the middle of the solve, so when I misturn it, I just solve it like normally, and I solve this tip at the last, but it kinda like locked up a bit because to be honest, I'm not good at solving the due tips at the last, which is also not the thing I will like oftenly do. I only solve it when I misturn or have like some mistake on it, which is what I get now. So I locked up quite a bit, which cost me like quite a lot of time, like around 0.3 or 0.2 seconds, and only I solved it and I dropped the timer, which get me a 1.6, which could be a like better solve, but yeah, it is what it is. So yeah, this is all my 5 solve